Iran says missing senior commander is healthy. Israeli Prime Minister claims Hezbollah has lost his head. The brain is broken. Lebanon could be like Gaza. That's the outstanding information. We'll be in today's international messaging cluster. It's ours. The following is the detailed content. After information, Unit Commander Kurt of Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, Smain Kani, missing after the Israeli airstrike on Beirut. Last week, Iran's Tasnim news agency 9/10 lead words, a senior official of the Revolutionary Guard, Islamic Iran, by General Smain Kani, is still in good health, and the great patriarch of Iran, Ali Khamenei, will give the French medal to the Kani in the next few days, replied to Tasnim news agency. Senior Deputy Commander of the Task Force Kurt of Iran-Iraq Machidi has spoken out to smash rumors about his commander, General Smain Kani. Confirmed, he is still in good health. Mr. Mosteri said that. Many people have asked what happened to General Kani. He is healthy and working normally. Some have asked the Iranian side, make an official statement, but for SAO Iran, make a statement because this is not necessary. Out. The deputy commander, Kurt, denied that Kani was injured during Israel's intensified airstrikes on the goals of Hezbollah in the southern Beirut suburbs of Lebanon. This is the first statement from Iranian officials since rumored Smain Kani. Special Forces Commander Kurt, we've lost contact with Tehran following a series of Israeli airstrikes in Lebanon last week. According to Tasnim news agency, Kani also has a message to the Solidarity Conference with Palestinian Children, -1 in 7/10 in Tehran. At the same time, add that the commander could not attend the conference. It's because he's in another important meeting. Tasnim says that Israeli media is deliberately spreading rumors the Iranian general was killed. The news agency said the Iranian leader will give a medal to the Smain Kani in the next few days. It was lost before. The Reuters news agency, quoting to senior Iranian security officials, tell me about Tehran and Hezbollah were unable to contact Kani after Israeli airstrikes in southern Beirut of Lebanon last week. Mr. Kani came to Lebanon after the leader, a Chagular SAS. He was killed in an Israeli airstrike on September 27th. According to sources, General Kani was in the southern suburbs of Beirut when this place was hit by an Israeli missile. Last week, an attack allegedly targeted at high-ranking officials of Hezbollah is Hassan Safarian. He was supposed to succeed Mr. Nasheller. However, a source said that while Kani did not meet him Safarian at that time, the Israeli military declined to comment on the rumors. General Kani is missing because we haven't evaluated the results yet. The attack, targeting Hezbollah's intelligence headquarters in the Lebanese capital. Last week, Kani was born in 1957 in the Iranian city of Mashhad. He joined Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps just a year after the 1979 Islamic Revolution. After the war ended, he became a member of the Kurt Force in 2012. U.S. Department of Finance. He added Kani to the list of Iranian individuals to be punished. Iran appoints Kani as Commander Kurt after the U.S. assassinated his predecessor, is the Qasem Soleimani, in a drone attack without the driver in Baghdad, Iraq in 2020. Conflicts in the Middle East. It's happening unpredictably. Israel and Hezbollah. They're constantly attacking each other. 8/10 Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu. The country has killed thousands of Hezbollah fighters, including the leader Hassan Nasheller. And who can replace this person? At the same time, warning, the ICE could face destruction, just like Garina. In the statement made in the speech, the video was sent to the Lebanese posting on social networks. Ex-Prime Minister of Israel say that Benjamin Netanyahu, the country's airstrikes killed 2 people, likely to succeed the Hezbollah leader, emphasized that Hezbollah is now much weaker compared to many years ago. This is a message to the Lebanese people. Do you remember when your country? It's called the Jewel of the Middle East. or not, I remember that. But what's happening at the present time with the iceberg? An armed group destroyed it. Lebanon was once known for tolerance and with my own beauty. Then today, it's a chaotic and warlike place. Israel withdrew its troops from Lebanon 25 years ago. But a country that controls Lebanon is not Israel. That's Iran. Iran is a country funded and armed the Hezbollah to serve their interests on the basis of ice. Turn the ice into an arsenal of weapons and ammunition, as well as a forward Iranian military base. Just one day after the 7/11 massacre, Hezbollah joined the war against Israel. They launched an unprovoked attack into the cities and our citizens. Since then, they fired more than 8,000 missiles at Israel. It killed thousands of people. It's not racist. Israel has decided to end this. We decided to do whatever it took to get our people back home safely. Israel has the right to defend itself. They also have the right to win. Israel will surely win. We've weakened the Hezbollah's ability, has killed thousands of its fighters. That includes their leaders, as well as his replacement. It may also have been removed. Today, Hezbollah is much weaker than it has been in years. Now you guys, the people of Lebanon, we're standing in front of an important intersection. It's your own choice. You can take back your country. We can get it back on track. Peace and prosperity. Otherwise, Hezbollah will continue to try to fight against Israel from populated areas. And it's going to happen all over your country. I know you want a better future. For my children, there's a better way for your children, for the cities, villages, and for your own country. You deserve to be the ones to restore this country, the ice of its inherent peaceful days. You have a chance. That didn't exist for 10 years. A chance to care for their children's future and his own grandson. You have a chance to save the ice before it falls into the abyss of a long war. It leads to destruction and suffering, as we've seen in Old Chickens. It doesn't have to be that way. Every single one of you, you can take a step for your future, even if it's just a small step. You can all make a difference. I want to talk to you about the Lebanese people. Free your country from Hezbollah so that this war can end. Free your country from Hezbollah so that your country can grow again. To future generations of children of Lebanon and Israel, I don't know about war or bloodshed. That in the end, we can all live together in peace. Warning from the Prime Minister of Israel: not a home is given. As the Israeli military deploys more soldiers to the and order for people in the southern coastal areas and the suburbs south of Beirut to evacuate, 8/10 of the Israeli military said. The intense airstrikes targeting the underground facilities of Hezbollah in southern Lebanon. In the previous 24 hours, at least 50 Hezbollah fighters were killed. It includes 6 regional commanders and regional officials. Israel launched an attack on Lebanon almost a year later, when starting a firefight with Hezbollah. Hezbollah confirmed their attacks are to support the Palestinians in Gaza. 8/10 vice leader of the Hezbollah Naim Qassem announced Israel will not be able to return to the north. October 8th evening, the Israel Defense Forces said, since the Israeli Air Force began air campaign, large-scale, condemning the arrow of the north and Lebanon 23-9s. The Hezbollah movement has carried out hundreds of raids, with about 3,000 missile strikes. Israel is concentrated mainly in the north. The report did not mention the number of casualties, as well as damage, caused by raids by the Hezbollah armed group. Earlier in the report published 7/10, the Israeli Defense Ministry said Hezbollah launched a total of 12,400 missiles and the drones that attacked Israel. That's almost half of Israel's strike aircraft. Since the beginning of the conflict, the 10th of July 2000, not 100 to be also in 8/10, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has warned neighboring countries that may face destruction, similar to Gaza, if the people of this country don't leave Hezbollah. In a video message, clips of the federal people, Mr. Netanyahu stressed, The federal people, you have a chance to save your country from the abyss of a protracted war, with the end of destruction and pain, like in Gaza by leaving the Hezbollah. Warning from the Prime Minister of Israel, given in the context of the Air Force, infantry and artillery of this country, is stepping up a full-scale offensive against Lebanon to destroy the military capabilities of Hezbollah. The offensive began in the early morning of 23/9, with hundreds of intense airstrikes into the entire eastern region, south and outskirts of the Lebanese capital Beirut. A week later, on the night of September 30th, Israeli troops begin to cross the border. Attacks on southern Lebanon. The Israeli military confirmed ground offensive operations, and Lebanon was limited. Locate and have a clear goal, with combat time in just a few weeks. However, regional as well as international opinion, Israel may expand and prolong the war, turn Lebanon into a second Cairo. In the same way, United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres said, Israel's draft law to stop the Palestinian Refugee Relief Agency of the United Nations works in the garage, and the West Coast would be a disaster if enacted. The prevention activities of the Palestinian Refugee Relief Agency, the United Nations, will stifle efforts to alleviate people's suffering and stress in the garages as well as the entire Palestinian territories occupied. This is going to be a disaster. Without a Palestinian Refugee Relief Agency of the United Nations, the food supply, shelter, and health care for most garage dwellers will be suspended. This law, totally against the United Nations Charter and international law. We're on the verge of a full-scale war in the ice with devastating consequences, but there's still time to stop.